Example 4 in this section on inequalities deals with a compound OR inequality. And you can see, looking at this, that it's made up of two separate inequalities. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take each of those two inequalities and solve them as if they were two simple inequalities, and at the end we'll put our answers together. Okay? So here goes. So take the first one. So we have 3x plus 1 is less than 4. Now deal with this just as a simple inequality. So what we want to do is we want to get the variable on its own on the left hand side. So move that 1 across, and it's going to be 3x is less than 4. If we pull the 1 across, it becomes minus 1. So we get 3x is less than 4 minus 1 is 3. And now we'll divide both sides by 3. And if we divide both sides here by 3, we're going to get x is less than 1. So that's part of our first answer. Now it's not the whole thing, but it's part of it. Okay, now let's look at the second inequality, which was 2x minus 5 is greater than 7. And again, since it's a simple inequality, when taken just one at a time, we want to get the x on its own on the left hand side, which means moving that negative 5 across. And if we do that, we get 2x is greater than 7. When the negative 5 moves across, it changes sign, becomes plus 5. So 2x is greater than 12. And we'll divide here. We want the x on its own, so we'll divide by 2. And that's going to give you x is greater than 6. And again, that's going to be another step in getting to our final solution. So what we have here, we have two inequalities. Okay, we have two simple inequalities that we're going to combine into a single answer. So let's draw our number line, and we'll put both of these numbers on. So 1 would be here, and 6 would be there. Okay, and make sure you're getting putting the numbers on in the right order. We'll put circles around each of them. Okay, now at 1, it's just less than. It's not or equals to, so we leave the circle open like this. And at 6, it's the same thing. It's greater than. It doesn't have an or equals to, so we leave the circle open. Now, on the right hand side, x is less than 1. This arrow is pointing, on the left hand side, this arrow is pointing to the left. So at 1, we're shading to the left. Okay? So this one tells us which direction we should shade in. At 1, the arrow points to the left. So at 1, we shade to the left. Okay? On the other hand, over here we have x is greater than 6. So at 6, the arrow is pointing to the right. So at 6, we shade to the right. Okay? Now, our answer isn't in between, so we're going to have two separate steps to our answer, and this is how we write it. We just take the individual pieces, x is less than 1, and then x is greater than 6, and we join those with the union symbol. Okay? This is the union symbol, and it's a symbol from sets. You may have done something on sets before, and this is the symbol for it. Now we're going to, just to make them stand out a little bit more, we're going to put curly brackets around each of these. Okay, and don't worry if you're not great at drawing curly brackets, you will get better. It's just a lot of practice is all that's required. So there's our final answer. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more in the next video about set notation, about the interval notation that I've used here, and also something called set notation, which is very similar. Okay, so the key here is to take your time, be patient. These questions aren't very difficult as long as you follow the steps. So the best luck for your work.